Welcome back to Reality NSFW, and before we get started talking about this week's episode of the challenge, we're going to let you know about one of our sponsors. That's NordVPN. They're going to get you secure and private access to the internet. A VPN service provides you a secure encrypted tunnel for online traffic to flow. Nobody can see through the tunnel and get their hands on your internet data. NordVPN's the best VPN if you're looking for peace of mind while using public Wi-Fi, accessing personal or work accounts on the road, or you just want to keep your browsing history to yourself.
Hey, you can protect all your devices. Do you use Windows at work, Mac OS at home, and Linux for your special projects? No problem. There's a NordVPN application for each of these, plus apps for iOS, Android, and Android TV. Oh, and also encrypted proxy extensions for Chrome and Firefox. Best of all, with one NordVPN account, you can secure up to 6 devices at the same time. Enjoy a fast and stable connection anywhere. Buffering is the ultimate buzzkill, so streaming or downloading files with a slow internet connection is not an option. No worries, you just need a VPN service that offers a fast connection with no limits on bandwidth. You need NordVPN. Choose from over 5,500 NordVPN servers in 59 countries and enjoy the fastest VPN experience.
Having more servers means less load, and the wide variety of locations means there's a higher chance you'll find one nearby. We're talking super fast servers, over 5,200 in over 59 countries. You can unlock Netflix and your favorite entertainment websites. They have a 30-day money-back guarantee. They protect your data while you're traveling, when you're in public. Their CyberSec suite acts as an ad blocker. You get faster connection thanks to Nord links. There's no data logging, 24/7 customer support. You can have up to 6 simultaneous connections, and you can double your data encryption for increased anonymity.
Hey, compatible with most operating systems, including Windows, Mac OS, Linux, iOS, and Android, unlimited bandwidth, automatic kill switch. Look, this is awesome, and we have a special deal for our listeners. Go to nordvpn.com/survivornsfw and use the coupon survivornsfw at checkout to get a 2-year plan with a huge discount, plus 1 additional month for free. That's NordVPN, NordVPN/SurvivorNSFW. And be sure to use that code SurvivorNSFW to get a 2-year plan with a huge discount, plus 1 additional month for free. NordVPN.com/SurvivorNSFW. And that promo code again, SurvivorNSFW. And we thank them for sponsoring the podcast.
That's right. Welcome back to Reality NSFW, and we're talking the Challenge Double Agents, episode 11. Oh my gosh. Anyone who has been following us all season knows I am a Devin hater. I appreciate the entertainment he brings to the show. I think he's a dick. And oh my God, do I feel vindicated because he's standing us up right now. And Jonny Fairplay, suck it.
He's going to show up. If I know my good friend Devin, who I have yet to meet and is yet to be my friend, I think he's going to be fashionably late, and he's going to make a grand appearance when he does show up.
You know what? I was practicing some intros. I was going to talk about how not since Memphis Garrett has there been such a divisive reality TV personality for us on Reality NSFW. But no, I don't even have to. I don't even have to be nice. I don't have to be a good host. This is great. Let's continue to shit on Devin for an hour and a half, and I'm going to have a great night.
I don't. Am I Charlie Brown waiting for the Great Pumpkin right here?
No, I don't know. I mean, he's like, let's be real. He's stealing the show. I will give credit where credit is due. I love hating him, right? He's someone I can root against on the show. I hope he does show up. I'd love to hear his perspectives on what's going down. Once again, he's a central figure in everything that's happening, and I'm sure we're going to break down a lot of his game tonight.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw this in the comments, and this could be some good stuff. I didn't notice this. No Hype Network says, I hope they talk about Lolo's tweets. Have you seen these?
I have not. What is Lolo tweeting?
Oh my. Okay, so here we go. 5 hours ago, there are so many secrets that are not known to the viewers. Hope that people remember that the challenge is not a real competition. It's a TV show. They do not show the full picture, but what is entertaining. So before you write hate messages, know you are the judge and jury without the full evidence. The good news is, had I not left, I would not have made the USA bobsled team. I would have missed the team cut off by 2 days. If I had not made the team, I would not be a world champion. So in the end, God directs our paths. God knows how hard I fought to stay after meetings with producers.
Okay.
Whoop. Followed by MTV The Challenge forced me to quit. And that is facts. I have never quit anything in my life. Heck, I'm one of the oldest Olympians because I don't quit. I was pulled aside before the show and told to make it look like I needed to leave.
And apparently No Hype Network, she deleted one that talked about how rigged the challenge was, saying they didn't enforce the drop zone and other rules. I mean, come on, Lolo. That's just reality TV standard. They don't enforce a lot of the rules.
Yeah, I think we got some sour grapes going right here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's exactly what I expect from Lolo after watching this episode. Of course she's on Twitter complaining and blaming others. She blamed losing this challenge on her shoe. Get out of here.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that. But yeah, no, I think she's been destroyed with hate tweets. And this is and I mean, in case you were wondering if she'd ever come back, which I thought there was 0.0 chance. Now there's what, negative 40% chance that she comes back.
Yeah, I mean, first off, don't be hating on Lolo Jones. Like, she's got bigger shit to do, but whatever. I mean, this sucked. Like, she quit because she sucked at the challenge. Let's not beat around the bush on that. Whatever. Couldn't handle it.
So, all right. Well, there we go. Wow. All right. Well, the episode begins with the previously on the challenge, Amber B right before the hall brawl. That's pretty cool.
It was very cool, and it just shows you how lopsided that hall brawl was, that Amber B could do. She's filming segments while they're competing.
Cutting promos, brother.
Oh, I love it. No, that was a really good one. That was an exciting way to start because that was, as we said, anticlimactic hall brawl, so it was fun to have that callback. And then we get to see Amber coming back into the house, and she is pretty annoyed that she was blindsided, and I'm pretty annoyed at these people being annoyed for getting blindsided when they get an easy skull. I mean, I know getting blindsided sucks, but of all the times to get blindsided, this has got to be the best one because she saw what the challenge was. She knew she was going to win because of the size imbalance. Like, this was not Amber M's comp, as she said, and boom.
Yeah, I mean, not only did she get her skull, which, I would have come back and been like, hey, thanks for giving me an easy skull. Number one. Number two, I felt like she proved some dominance in that win. And it's not like the fact that she's sitting there with the gold skull. If you're looking at the options, you're like, well, Amber B's my obvious choice. I see that performance by Amber B going, maybe she's not the obvious choice.
Yeah, I mean, you get to see the, second time she talked about being a rugby star, and she dominated. So
yeah. Okay. So who are our options if you're looking for a women's skull? You got Cam. So no.
Yeah. What? Cam, Casey,
no. Did Casey get hers, or are we just imagining that?
No, Casey really did get hers.
Okay, she really got hers. Yeah, that's right. She won it in the crawl thing. Okay, so that's two.
What? Anissa's got one. Is that right?
Oh, there we go. Okay, and Amber B.
I think that's yeah.
And then aren't there five men's and 5 women's?
Yeah, isn't there one women's left?
Oh, there's one women's. That's right. There's one women. Yeah.
Right? I believe so. Yell at me if I'm wrong. I get stuff wrong all the time. But that is where I believe we're standing.
Yeah.
And
okay, so but of the available options, Anissa's screen, like, you may have thought Amber B was more of a layup, but after the last, 2 weeks, I think one over the other big time.
Yeah, she's been proving herself in the dailies as well. She's looked good. Like, the greatest asset Gabby has had in this entire challenge was the fact that she had a hall brawl with Amber M sitting right there in front of her. That's her ticket to the final, and she handed it to Amber B. Amber B, say thank you. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm also equally annoyed with people calling Amber B fake, like saying she's so fake because she doesn't like get pissed and go off on people. These people who have never played Survivor and Big Brother and maybe never watched the shows, that's just good social strategy. Like,
yeah, that's your social game is what 60% of your game and the versus or shit, probably 70% of your game in Survivor and Big Brother versus the challenge, maybe 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she's not being fake. She's just not being an idiot and throwing her game away, like we've seen so many people do.
Yeah, and Big Brother and Survivor people aren't saying that she's fake. It's the challenge people. They're just like, why is she going around being nice to everyone? It's like,
Exactly.
Half the battle. I mean, and as a result, you know, these fake Big Brother people are all sitting there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
This is insane. I mean, like this would make sense if this were, you know, Big Brother invites the challenge to Big Brother. That makes sense. But you have all these MTV people going, well, those Big Brother people sure are nice. Let's do what they say.
Yeah, I mean, they won Darrell over. Like Darrell, OG of OGs. CT doesn't know what happened to him, and Darrell's on board. So that speaks volumes right there.
Do you think there's a conversation between Darrell and CT that we didn't see, or do you think CT was just like you know, playing old school, you know, MTV challenge, going, well, I mean, you know, we talked for the last 15 years, we're good. I don't need to talk to him again.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably got to be a big piece of it, that he just took it for granted, because CT was genuinely hurt when Darrell didn't do what he wanted.
Yeah, and but we didn't see that conversation.
No, his first reaction is, I've known this guy for 10 years. We've been working together for 10 years. And yeah, the only way you're that upset is if you had some kind of conversation and you felt good with him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And then we get to see Devin and Gabby talking about how much they fucked up last week.
Devin made a rookie mistake after 5 years, and CT to console him says, I made rookie mistake. I made a rookie mistake 5 years into the challenge, which is essentially saying the exact same thing Devin said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, Devin's not here, but I do appreciate how much he was willing to acknowledge his mistakes this week. So I will give him that too.
I mean, I don't know necessarily how much mistakes that he made, in that they became the double agents, Devin and Gabby, last week.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the power, and no one was going along with their power.
Yeah.
I mean, the only major mistake they made was putting in Amber B instead of Gabby. But otherwise, like, the house wasn't cooperating with what they were putting on the table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just think that they spent a lot of social capital, particularly Devin spent a lot of social capital trying to influence what he wanted to happen. And he also came across as really arrogant and really schemy. I think that a lot of people in the house now see him as like a big strategic threat because he's trying to make all these moves. Whereas before, he could be the dude who gets drunk and fights with Josh or, you know, something else. But now I think he exposed himself as either one, annoying people because he was being really arrogant, or two, coming across as really schemy because he was trying to get so much to happen and he failed, which is never good.
Yeah. As I said, I think everything he does works in the first half of the game. It doesn't in the second half.
Yeah.
So I think he was a victim of timing there.
I can see that. Yeah.
So next we see that CT feels locked out. The only way this guy is going to get a gold skull, perhaps, is to win a daily.
Yeah. And to get there, he decides he needs to turn Big T into some sort of cyborg and starts hooking her up to fucking wires. And what the hell is that thing?
Well, the only way to create a challenge beast is with a pillow attack, Zach. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Okay.
I have been beaten by many pillows in my day, and as you can tell, well, nope.
Yeah. Oh man, this training sequence is so good. Big T looks like she's 50 Cent, like in a music video, running with all these electrodes on her, and she's. What is
50 Cent did invent vitamin water, for the record. So there is that. And we would be remiss if we didn't mention that Josh is in love with Nani, and Nani says she can't.
Yeah, I think Josh should maybe learn how to fly helicopters because we find out later helicopters turn Nani on.
Yeah,
that's an interesting piece of information.
Nani's cute.
Yeah, that's my all-time challenge crush.
Yeah. So what is Josh's? I mean, like, I'm new to the newer challenges. What is Josh's record with the ladies in the challenge?
I don't know. I was unaware of Josh's orientation until he said that until he started seeming like he had a thing for Nani.
Oh.
If it's ever been a storyline, I do not remember.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
No,
Josh, you guys are brother and sisters. I'm out. Not cool. Josh, bark up another tree.
Yeah. So I did enjoy the conversation with Big T and Gabby, in which Big T's asking Gabby, did you blindside Amber M, or did you blindside Amber B? And Gabby's like, yeah, that's the game. Mm-hmm. I mean, I would never tell anyone they're going in, right? Is that crazy of me? I mean, unless it's my friend. I mean, like, I'm not talking like, like casual friend, on the peripheral friend. I'm talking like, you got to be like BFF.
Well, what do you
like CT and Devin appear to be about it. Like, other than Devin and Kyle, I feel like CT is next in line for Devin on Devin's friendship ladder.
Yeah.
So other than that, I'm not telling anybody anything.
I would tell everybody everything. I don't.
Really?
Yeah. When I'm watching the challenge, I don't see any advantage of lying to people or withholding information. You see time and time again, Jay's withholding information and becoming enemy number one. Like Teresa, like anyone who starts just pointlessly not telling people, like they're going to find out the truth in a couple minutes when you say their name. Like, why not just give them a 5-minute heads up?
Like just right before you leave to get on the bus?
Yeah. Like right when you're getting on the bus, be like, hey, I'm thinking about you. This might be a good option, and sell it to them, right? Like, this is a good chance for you to get your skull. Something like that. Then they're not going to come at you as hot. You can soften the blow a little bit, I think.
All right. Well, no, I would be down for. I mean, I'm sure they do. The radio silence, like no talking. You're about to get on the bus.
Well, we've had a couple of guests on who were like, "Oh yeah, I was talking with them on the bus, but that was getting filmed." So I don't know that they really enforce the ice on the contestants, but
I think they do, and I think they just talk. I mean, on Survivor when I first blindsided Burton on the boat ride over, I told Sean, I'm like, vote Burton. He's like, what do you mean? I'm just like, I'm telling you right now, the best move you can do for yourself is write down Burton's name. And he's like, okay. And then afterwards comes back, he goes, hey, did you see all those votes? I was in the net. And I was just like, oh, geez, I shouldn't have said anything. This guy's an idiot.
Yeah, that's Survivor, though. Like, it's such a different game because in the challenge, you need people to help you. It doesn't really matter if you're setting up people for a fall, whereas in Survivor, it's the opposite.
Yeah. So, next, Lolo thinks that she'll be locked out too, and she's threatening to leave to train for the Olympics. And she said there's no time left for her to get a gold skull. Did we just hit the halfway mark of the show last week? Am I wrong?
Yeah, maybe the week before that. But Chick, what are you losing your mind about this week? It's a guys' week anyways. You're not getting blocked out this week. You were last week. Get angry last week. You will be next week. Get angry next week. Why are you?
Well, she fake cried last week when she had the opportunity to actually go in, and she real cried this week when she had zero opportunity.
Yeah, I do wonder how much validity there is to that. I know some people are saying like she was having like a bit more of a breakdown than we really saw. Maybe that's why they glossed over her quit a little bit. I don't know. This seems really crazy to me. Like Kyle said in the confessional, there are so many people in a much worse position than Lolo. Because Lolo has the ability to turn it on and win at any moment. There's still a female skull out there. There's a couple girls who are a bit layup-y, especially compared to Lolo, who she goes into any elimination and she's probably coming out with the skull. I don't know. It's a bit ridiculous. I think there's something else going on here.
Well, as Liz B said, well, Lolo's shoe fell off. But then she had it in the boat. So whatever. I don't buy her shit. So
Hold on. When you lose stuff, it doesn't just float along beside you?
yeah, I mean, she's sitting there. She goes, I lost my shoe, but she's holding it. And I'm just like, how you lose your shoe?
Lolo is magical, and her shoes just float along beside her in the water when she swims if they fall off. So it's cool.
I'm okay. So if you lost, we'll get to the
yeah. I can't even. I can't. That is all I have to say about Lolo anymore. I just can't even with any of her thought process this entire episode. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't. So, well, here's my first question for Devin. Feel free to answer for him.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Yeah, I'll be Devin.
Oh, sweet. Do you purposely walk at the front of the pack going into the daily challenges for more airtime?
Oh, all I do is more airtime. I'm constantly thinking, what can I do to spin someone else's move to make it sound like mine? What can I do to steal someone else's joke to make it sound like I did it? That's all I do is airtime. I'm a camera hog. What do you want?
Stop it. Did you see? I have a Jonny and Devin best friend checklist.
Yeah, well, he didn't check any of those boxes tonight.
Not yet.
There's
still time, Zach. There's still time. I'm telling you, grand entrance. It's going to be so worth it.
Yeah, maybe that's what he's doing. He just wants to come in at the halfway point.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah. Hey, it's good. That would be more impactful, but it would be less airtime, so I don't think he would do that.
Ooh, there is that. All right, this week we have the Airlift Daily Challenge. I like this. I had something similar on Fear Factor. All right, so we did a 3-episode arc, and we would have the reward challenge and then the elimination challenge. And on the second reward challenge, since Miz and Trishelle had won the last elimination deal, they got to pick the order. And so they sent the American Idol kids first, and then the Apprentice people, and then they went the Real World team, and then Team Survivor, me and Twyla were supposed to go last. So on this challenge, so we were playing for a pair of jet skis was the reward.
Yeah,
and it might have been some cash or something, but I think it was probably just a pair of jet skis. So anyway, so the challenge is you and your partner go out on a jet ski, jump off the jet ski, go onto this, climb up this boat, crash through this plexiglass. There's a mannequin inside the boat. The boat's on fire. You grab the 80-pound mannequin, climb up the stairs, go to the top of the boat with the mannequin. A helicopter comes by. You grab a rope with the mannequin and your partner, and it takes you close to shore. You drop, take the mannequin to shore, go across the finish line. And so, the first team, I don't think finishes maybe. The second team does okay, not really good. Miz and Trishelle go next to last. And I hear production before it's our turn. And they go, they did it in half the time of our stunt team. Professional stuntmen. The Miz single-handedly, with the help of Trishelle, single-handedly did it in half the time of the stunt team. So it's time for me and Twyla. It was our turn to go next, and I'm like, we're not doing it. It's not elimination. There's no way we can beat their time. And I feel like
Twyla single-handedly could have done pretty well in that.
Yeah, but not Mike the Miz. Mike the Miz, our new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He won the belt on Sunday night.
I saw that. Hey, Trishelle is on the Challenge All-Stars, so don't be sleeping on her. That's a dynamic duo.
Well, yes. I mean, but this particular challenge was very Miz-centric.
Yeah, so you didn't do the ropes?
I'm like, what's the point? Yeah. I'm like, I heard production talking. He beat the stunt team by 4 minutes. There's no way we're beating the stunt team. We're really not beating the Miz. And Joe Rogan's like, this is the smartest thing I've ever heard on the history of the show. I mean, you ain't beating them. Look at you.
Well, that's kind of the attitude TJ had toward everyone who wasn't CT and Big T at the end of this challenge. Like I normally announce the top 3. Fuck the rest of you. These 2.
Yeah. I wish he had said "fuck the rest of you."
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been apropos. So, holy moly, we're seeing there. Darrell thinks that there are only 2 or 3 eliminations left. Do you think that's right? I mean, possibly with the twists. There's only 2 or 3 eliminations left. As I said, we saw a coming up for the rest of the season of the challenge. They did that coming up at the halfway mark of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's on the slot? Is it slotted for 18 episodes?
I mean, it ends in May. We're at the end of February.
Yeah, but you're gonna get 2 weeks of a final or 2 episodes of a final, right? So I mean, there's probably like 2 male eliminations.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so
that's
that's
right.
as I was saying, we had the twist this week.
Yeah, and I mean, when we talk about how many eliminations are left, Lolo quitting really fucked Nam, dude. That sucks because now Nam's rogue forced next week. It's probably smart they had the security breach because there were some people's games getting pretty screwed. We'll get to that all later, but
yeah.
Okay, we're getting down to the nitty gritty of it. If you want a skull, you're going to need to win a daily, and some of these people came to play, others did not.
Yeah. So, classic Josh.
Oh
my God! Why isn't Devin here to high five himself for line after line of fucking greatness? This was Devin's highlight reel right here. Shitting on Josh. Guys, don't go for the same rope. Just
oh man, what was
the old wrong rope technique.
Yeah. Good job.
And you know, and you have Gabby is just like, "Are you done?" He's like, "Nope, not yet."
That was funny. I mean, it was funny. I felt like, I don't know. I like Josh, and I think Josh is a really good dude. And
I do too.
It bothers me at how flustered he gets and how much I just want to punch Devin when he's doing that.
Oh, I thought it was the highlight of the season. I loved it so much, and the fact that he ate crow later.
Oh yeah. I mean, like when I was watching it live, I was annoyed with him. When I see how the whole arc of this challenge goes, it's brilliant.
Yeah,
I can't change a single thing about it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Anything else that happens, you can say one thing, say another. I get all that, but you watch the total package, and you're just like, all right, that is just television gold from start to finish.
Yeah. I mean, so Josh and Nani Josh misses the rope and then like grabs Nani's rope and pushes her off the side of the boat.
I mean, pretty much. And she's apologizing. And I'm just like, it's your partner. I mean, your partner is like, I think what he was trying to do, like, I think he was like almost being a gentleman. And I'm not saying that, to be, it's just like, he wasn't a gentleman, like, what. So, no, I think he was attempting to be a gentleman and like basically give her rope and get his. And it was just like, all that ain't on the table. You got yours, she's got hers, and you just hope.
Yeah, I mean, somehow they got the 2 like biggest, derpiest, blundering dudes from Big Brother of all time in Josh and Fessy. Like, this is so funny to me. Like, it's just classic Josh. Like, they said it. It's classic Josh. He fucked up. It's hilarious. I mean, it is what it is. Then we get Fessy and Anissa, and Anissa is really good.
I liked her confessional. She's like, it was like watching a turd.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very fun, self-deprecating.
It was. Yeah. I mean, she was able to laugh at herself. I love that. But my big takeaway from this is I hate Fessy now because he does my ultimate. Well, I didn't really love him before, but my ultimate pet peeve is when people don't pronounce the first R in frustrated. And Fessy says flustrated, and it really bothers me.
You're not frustrated.
You're not frustrated, my friend. You are frustrated, and that is fine, but say it correctly. Good Lord.
Yeah. Oh, man. I wish there was a K in frustrated, and there's a gold chain. There's a low hanging gold chain joke there somewhere. Sorry. Uh, I did like I can't remember who said it. I think it was it Lolo? It was just like is like we've got to do good. Look at we're athletes. And it's just like and some of these agents just drink beers and then flash the camera to Devin.
Yes. Yeah, that was really funny. Yeah.
Oh, this would have been a great episode to talk with Devin. It's good.
I know, it really would have.
If only I had scheduled it and he confirmed it.
Yeah. If only we talked about it and confirmed it for weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, Zach. Just throwing that out there.
That's cool. It's a global pandemic. A lot of people are really busy these days.
Oh, it's probably out at a bar socializing with multiple people.
Oh man, but talking about how fun this challenge is, not only because it's badass, but how many people just look like fucking idiots. Lolo and Nam, after saying all that shit, and like Nam is just busted his ass. This duo should be so unstoppable, but no, they drop way too early.
Too early.
Lolo starts swimming in the wrong direction. She's like doing a backstroke away from where they need to go.
Yeah, and it is as civil as Lolo's trying to make it out on social media via her Twitter. They're not showing a fucking arrow of her going the like digitizing in a fucking arrow of her going the wrong way if they're cool with her.
Yeah.
They're just like, we're gonna give you a nice, friendly, polite where you look good. With the fucking arrow, they're just like, yeah, she sucked. Just want to put it out there that she sucked. I don't care what she says on Twitter on Thursday, the day after at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Oh no! And then not only that, she cries and blames it on her shoe, and then Nam fucks up his back. Like this is the worst partnership in challenge history. It's fantastic.
I still don't understand the backstroke.
I don't get it. I've seen people do this on the challenge before, though. When they have to swim a long distance, they like immediately go to the backstroke, and I don't understand why people do that.
That means you haven't prepared for the swimming aspect of the challenge. Your breathing's not there, and I mean, she's a fucking Olympic athlete. She tells you every third confessional.
Yeah, Lolo, stop running in straight lines for like a day and get in a pool. That would be I think a good strategy. Leroy just crushed you in a swimming comp, and swimming comps are supposed to be Leroy's like
kryptonite. Yeah. That's crazy. So yeah, I didn't get any of that. So next we have Devin missing the rope. and honest, I mean, he didn't do it intentionally. I mean, they really needed to become the double agents back to back to in any hope to maintain some semblance of control and not have worst case scenario of a like a CT versus Devin type situation. But at the same time, Devin appeared to be pretty happy with himself.
Oh, he knew how good a television that was going to be.
Right?
He was just getting on Josh. Yeah, he knew. Like, absolutely. You couldn't write this shit. Like, it's too good.
Yeah, no, it was reality TV gold. So, I mean, the only thing better would have been him with like a broken fucking cigarette in his hand going on.
If he would have had a beer in his hand when Lolo was like, some of these people are just drinking.
Oh man. And then in our exciting, do you think this was the last team to do this challenge, or you think they just showed it out of order?
No, I think it was because TJ said in his like celebration of them winning, he said we went out with a bang in that one or something. He said something to the effect that they saved the best for last, obviously. Okay.
I mean, it was probably one of those deals where they were hoping, and then they're like, holy shit. I mean, is this the best daily of? I mean, like, I love the truck thing more and all that, but is storyline wise, is this like one of the greatest dailies, like easily this season, but maybe ever?
I don't know about ever, but yeah, definitely this season. I think the storylines in this, the editing, the combination of humor with accomplishment and failure. Yeah, I really like it. It hits on
everything. I mean, you have every fucking element of what you watch reality television for in this one segment.
Yeah, and it was like half the episode, it felt like, but I wasn't mad about it. I was enjoying watching it.
No, and as I said, like I mean, like, yes, it's crazy you're hanging from a fucking helicopter, but in the grand scheme of things, not the craziest challenge they've done this season at all.
No, not at all. I mean, wrestling on the back of a speeding truck is insanity.
50 fucking miles an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if the truck's going 15, it's fucking dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's like, we're going to reach 55 or whatever you have to do in speed.
Yeah. It's so funny that, like, you have that as a challenge. This is a challenge. And then there's the fucking drone.
The drone.
Like, it's so funny how hit or miss these have been this season. But this one absolutely ruled. I loved it. And again, for people who annoy the shit out of me, challenge fans who just want these like beast competitors in there, all these mega athletes, this was so good because someone like Big T you don't expect steps up. This was so good because you have someone like Devin or Josh who derps it up and screws it up. Like, this is what makes the challenge great because it's not mega athletes. Those are the storylines that rule.
Yeah. That's it from start. I mean, it had every fucking element that you look for. I loved it. And so Big T and CT dominate, and it's all we find out a little peek behind the curtain. Big T was on the swim team, and as far as grabbing rope, no problem. How about a few pole dancing classes?
So she's literally trained for this challenge. This is the only thing she's trained for. She is specifically qualified for this challenge. Perfect.
It is the perfect resume for airlift.
Yeah. It's amazing. And there's a passing reference to CT taking pole dancing classes, and I would pay to see that.
This is one of those moments, you know, like I have my ups and downs with CT. Like, you know, I haven't watched recent seasons of the challenge, but you know, I was watching all the early seasons, and you know, and as a result, you know, I was hanging out Saddle Ranch. Then we do, you know, we go to a bunch of different clubs and stuff. You know, I would see CT out and stuff. So, you know, I'm on the bubble. You know, like there's some moments I see CT, I'm just like, oh, that's the guy I don't like, and then there's other moments I'm like, wow, this is the guy I really like. And CT, a teary-eyed CT after this challenge, I'm just like, man, I really like this guy.
Yeah. This season has been such a resurgence of CT. He's like my old school favorite, and then I've sort of come off him lately in recent years. I haven't been rooting for him that hard, and this season he's been back to form. I really love CT.
Yeah. So, no, just seeing, I mean, because you don't expect him to, I mean, like, you know, maybe, you know, if it's Jonny Fairplay, maybe I'm crying if I have a Josh performance, maybe. but he won, and he's just and you know, I think he's happy for himself, but more so, he's so proud of Big T in that moment, and it's just that once again, just really awesome. You're hitting every single element of what makes great television. I mean, and you know, and to culminate it with the CT. I mean, you know, it wasn't like he might cry. His eyes are filled with water.
Yeah, we all deserve a CT standing next to us during our greatest successes, cheering us on like that. That fucking ruled. I felt so happy for them. I loved it. Everyone out there loved it. Did you notice one person not smiling and celebrating?
No.
Who would you guess from this cast was not smiling and celebrating when Big T did so well?
Amber B?
No. Lolo Jones looks fun.
Oh, Lolo Jones.
She's going to murder someone.
All right. I was about to say, like, don't tell me Amber B was fake right there. I don't need proof.
No.
Okay, fair enough. All right, is it time for a word from our sponsor?
You know what? I think that sounds pretty good.
Now that the holidays are over, it's all too common to set health goals that never actually stick. New Year's resolutions of the past, we're looking at you. And when it comes to eating better and consuming less sugar, let's be honest, most healthy snacks don't taste very good. They don't fill you up, and they certainly don't satisfy your cravings. This episode is sponsored by Monk Pack, who make snacks that taste like our favorite sugary treats, but with 1 gram of sugar or less.
Monk Pack Keto Granola Bars contain just 1 gram of sugar, 2 grams of net carbs, and they're only 140 calories.
They're great for anyone following a keto lifestyle, but also the perfect snack for anyone who is trying to eat better or cut back on sugar and carbs without sacrificing taste.
Yeah, I am a huge fan of these bars. I start my morning off with one every day. I mean, I can get lazy. I like to set some health goals for myself. That's my big focus in 2021. I'm watching shows like The Challenge, and I want to be a beast like CT. I need these Monk bars to start my day because they give me the energy and the power to push through some tough workouts, and I'm a huge fan.
I think CT could have used the Monk Pack keto granola bars. I mean, they have soft and chewy texture. They come in delicious flavors like coconut, cocoa chip, maple pecan, and my favorite, peanut butter.
Ooh, they're so good, and they're perfect for a quick breakfast, a snack between Zoom calls, or a late night treat that you don't have to feel guilty about. In addition to being keto friendly, the bars are also gluten-free, grain-free, plant-based, and non-GMO with no soy, trans fats, sugar, alcohols, or artificial colors.
Hey, they taste incredible, and you can't beat the low sugar nutrition or taste that they provide. And by shopping online, you can avoid another trip to the grocery store by getting Monk Pack delivered right to your door.
Try it for yourself and you'll see. And we have a special deal for our listeners. Get 20% off your first purchase of any Monk Pack product by visiting monkpack.com and entering our code SURVIVOR at checkout.
Yeah, and Monk Pack is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll exchange the product or refund your money, whichever you prefer. So to get started, just go to monkpack.com. That's monkpack.com and select any product. And then use promo code SURVIVOR. They love it when we do that at checkout for 20% off your purchase.
Monk Pack, delicious, nutritious foods you can count on, and we thank them for sponsoring Reality NSFW. Listen up, fellas, 2020 sucked. It's the new year, which means new balls with our sponsor, Manscaped. Manscaped is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming, offering precision-engineered tools for your family jewels and helping 2 million men all over the world get rid of the hair on their balls. If you let yourself go in 2020 while in quarantine, well, Manscaped is here for you to reboot and stay clean and shaved in 2021.
2021, I'm showing off my freshly trimmed balls, my freshly trimmed shaft, and of course, my beautiful butthole, thanks to Manscaped.
Manscaped is here to give you a fresh start in 2021 with their Perfect Package 3.0 that has all the right tools for the job. Come out of quarantine with clean balls thanks to the Lawnmower 3.0. This waterproof and skin-safe trimmer will reduce nicks to your 2 best friends. The 3rd generation trimmer even has a light to give you the glow up you need in 2021. It's also time to freshen up down there this new year. The Crop Preserver is an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer. You already put deodorant on your armpits. Why are you not putting deodorant on the smelliest part of your body? And for on-the-go freshness, you'll love the Crop Preserver Ball Toner Spray. 2020 was awful, so make sure your boys are refreshed and ready for new beginnings in 2021.
Manscaped even threw in their shed travel bag to keep all your goodies stored comfortably. Zach, did you notice we were at Hearts Reality a couple weeks ago? What's there on the bathroom counter? My Manscaped shed travel bag, of course.
The only way to travel.
The only way. And speaking of comfort, the Manscaped anti-chafing boxer briefs are also included and are hands down the best underwear that you'll ever wear. But when you take them off, clean balls. It's great. A guy with hairy balls is like the year 2020. Don't be that guy.
Get 20% off and free shipping with the code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you.
That's 20% off and free shipping with the promo code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use promo code SURVIVOR. Happy New Year to your balls.
And we are back. Hey, Jonny, you remember that time when your best friend Devin showed up at the halfway point of the podcast and told us all his fun stories about how great he is and how much he loves you?
Hey, we're gonna have a make good on that. But you know what? We're gonna get Devin, but I feel bad, so I'm gonna give away a prize. I'm gonna give away 2 prizes. Okay. All right. So I had a friend of mine come over the other night, and she had gone out with this guy, and he was like, "Do you want to watch some porn?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm into porn." And he was like, "I'll be right back." And he goes to his car, and he comes back with My First MILF. It's a DVD. It's still sealed. And she goes, "Did you buy that?" And he said, "Yeah." And she goes, "We have to break up." And he goes, "Why?" She goes, "Because you're obviously stupid. You buy porn. I can't date you."
I I have so many questions. First of which, why? I'm not even going to get into it. You're giving away
Go for it.
on the podcast. Yeah.
What's your questions?
Oh my gosh, is this because Devin has an OnlyFans?
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh wow, well, that would have been a question.
Is
that on your list?
Buy Jonny a subscription to Devin's OnlyFans. I think he would be on it like 3 times a day.
I would check out Devin's OnlyFans. I mean, you know, for research for when he's on the podcast.
Of course.
Yes. All right. So how are we going to give away My First MILF sealed for your pleasure? In the comments, list your favorite porn title, and we will give away My First MILF to our second favorite. Because, hey, we got Manscaped as a sponsor. How about a Manscaped t-shirt? Your balls will thank you. First place gets this.
All right.
Yeah. So in the comments, leave your favorite porn titles, and we will. Oh, here's a good one. Salty Paul, the goof and the MILF. Pretty good.
Oh man, that has me trying to think of which duo from the challenge could be called the goof and the MILF.
Yeah. Jim Leahy writes 8 mile and 3 inches. All right. So
I don't know how we got here, but you know, that's a great giveaway. That is very on brand for us. And CT and Big T are the double agents.
Yes. And we're told coming out of this, we have a confessional from Gabby explaining there is no way we're going into the crater.
Of course.
And I'm just like, son of a bitch. Never say like, oh, I mean, on Survivor, there were so many times where like I was about to say something and I checked myself because I'm just like, this is the fucking clip they use to make you look fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And Survivor Pro Islands, go to episode fucking 1. I say I have $1 million that says Sandra will not win this game.
Yes.
so day fucking 1, I give them the clip they're looking for.
Well, it's kind of amazing though, because in episode 1 of season 1 of Survivor, Richard Hatch says, "I have the $1 million check written." And watching that back, you're like, oh, this loser's never going to win. And then does. And then it's almost the exact inverse with Sandra. It's very funny.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't give them the quotes to shoot you with later on.
Exactly. So CT says, spoiler alert, we're going in regardless of who's voted in. And I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, these 2 sentences back to back, I feel I see the end of this episode. But maybe there's a twist.
Well, as I may have said about every episode for the last 5 episodes, the editors at MTV are very ham-fisted. There's very little subtlety with what they're giving us.
Yeah. So next, Lolo informs us she can't do this anymore. She is so embarrassed by her performance. What's more embarrassing is quitting. Coming from a quitter. Oh, wait, I didn't quit. I was voted out. Never mind. Whew, thank God.
There's a big distinction.
All right. Will Ostermeyer has One Night in China Part 3 featuring Fairplay. Peek behind the curtain. China, good friend of Jonny Fairplay.
Jesus.
Did not film it.
What podcast am I on?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought I had to talk to my enemy, and now I'm just talking about shitty porn DVDs. Great.
Oh, me. All right. So what is your official take on this Lolo quit?
I don't think we got to see much of the whole story. I think that MTV is in a precarious position because she is an Olympic athlete. Like, she represents the country. I guess they probably don't want to bury her. I don't know that it makes them look good to bury her in the edit either. I think it makes them both look bad.
Well, I don't think they made her look particularly good. I mean, they showed those statements that she said.
Yeah.
However, they did the arrow of her swimming the wrong way.
Sure.
And we saw during the crater after Leah Rush leaves some very kind words from TJ, and
Yes.
we get zero acknowledgement from TJ for Lolo.
Yeah, I mean, I think the tack that they took was, we will show you only things that are very factual and no one can claim they've been edited out of context. For example, Lolo swimming in the wrong direction. Lolo having a conversation that is not being edited out of context, talking about how she is getting blocked out and how she doesn't want to be there anymore. I don't think she got a great edit. I don't think they buried her either. I think that they just stayed pretty factual and said a whole lot by not saying anything.
I think so too.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
actually, wait, I have one other thing I want to talk about that, though. I've been thinking a lot about it, and I'd like to get your take. Survivor, of course, in Nicaragua had the 2 jury members quit that really undermined the integrity of the jury that season. I wonder if the skulls incentivize quitting late in the game if you feel like you can't win.
Yeah.
I feel like that is a flaw. I've found a couple flaws with the skull system, I think, this season, and I think this might be the biggest smoking gun. Is I think this might not be a new thing. Why would you stick around if you truly have no chance at winning? It's almost smarter to just leave.
Yeah, but she does have a chance. I mean, Nam and Lolo physically could win something. So
No,
I think it's the emotional combination of the two that was working against them, not their physical prowess.
Right. But if you play the poker odds, I'm just saying, like, at some point it does become more advantageous to your life to just fold and go home.
Yeah. There's still a fucking skull out there.
No, I know. But there's just one. I'm just saying, I think this is potentially a flaw when you're telling people, like, this is the only way to keep going, and you're, like, enabling this vote to really lock people out so much.
Yeah. But I think Michi was never planning on going for a skull and just wanted to, ride it out and get, catering and craft services for 9 weeks.
Yeah. Maybe the flaw then is casting people like Lolo when you have the skull system, because I don't imagine, Lolo's done how many shows? She's an Olympic athlete. She's got other shit going on.
She hasn't done that many shows though. She
like
did Big Brother, and she feels like less of a Big Brother Alliance member than Leroy and Cam.
I mean, she's probably not wrong, right?
And at the beginning of the show, or the beginning of the season, we have Casey going, "Hey, I got my Big Brother Alliance," naming all the people. They edit out where she mentioned Survivor and Lolo, but
I don't know. Like, I would love to get the story now that we've seen the season. We need to talk to Casey again. Did Lolo approach them and was like, "Hey, do you guys know I also did Big Brother?" Or did they pull her in? Did they?
Yeah.
Like, who approached who? Because if Lolo approached them and was like, "Hey, I'm Big Brother too," I can see them like nodding and be like, "Yes, you're with us for sure. Great." But they never had any intention of working with her. I don't know. We'll never know.
Were they doing the "Yes, you're with us"?
Or Andrew B just smiled at her and great. We're best friends.
we should go to the club later. So next we have and this is classic CT according to our challengers. CT is peeking in every room, seeing what every single person's saying. He cannot leave well enough alone, and I love it. Like, what are you guys thinking? What names are you saying? Like, what's going on? Who's your new best friend?
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
So, but CT reveals he wants the goof,
which is of course Josh.
Ooh, that's tough. I mean, have we heard anyone other than Devin refer to Josh as the goof?
Maybe not, but that sounds like such a CT word. Like calling someone a goof, that's very CT-esque.
Yeah, and not malicious.
Yeah, exactly.
On CT's part.
Mm-hmm.
Devin says that it is nothing but malice.
Yes, exactly.
So, for television.
Yeah, CT's making an observation. That guy's goofy.
Yeah.
Like, that's not wrong.
Yeah. So, well, going into the club, we have the fun police are on patrol. And since you are not watching the MTV version with music, you missed the Jay Giles band playing Centerfold as they go to the club.
Oh, that's fun. Damn it. Yeah. I need to clear my schedule on Wednesday nights and get used to watching commercials. I need to see these songs playing out.
It was really cool. It was like I own that on vinyl, and you see the turntables behind me. Very excited for that one. It was a good callback. So we soon discover that Amber B still has love for Devin, and I think this is one of those situations where I think there is a self-realization that I got my fucking skull because of this guy.
I mean, there's also the fact that Amber B is really good at squashing beef and putting up with a lot of shit. Like we've seen her in Big Brother be like stalked by some dude and she's still like being polite enough to him so that they can potentially work together in the game. Again, we don't get enough from Amber B because she sure doesn't give a lot in the confessionals where her head's really at in this scenario. But yeah, her and Devin seem to genuinely squash the beef. Not so much with Gabby, which I think is smart on Amber B's part to not approach Gabby.
How were Amber B's confessionals on Big Brother?
Pretty much the same, non-existent.
Okay, so she's one of those cards close to the vest type players as far as production's concerned.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the narrative on her coming out of Big Brother was always that she didn't really get a shot at it because Caleb, beast mode, dickhead, whatever.
Beast mode douchebag.
Yes, yeah, it was just stalking her and being.
Oh, he sucks.
Oh, he's terrible.
Hey, you know what? Anyone that's been thinking about joining the Reality NSFW Patreon, join this fucking week. Well, I guess next week, whatever. We do a weekly Q&A on Tuesday nights, and someone, for the love of God, asked me my beast mode douchebag story. Oh, I can't wait to blow up this motherfucker's spot.
I'll ask you. I hate that dude.
He sucks. Oh my God. I will tell you the multiple ways that guy sucks. So yeah. Ad-free NSFW.com. Try it for 1 month. If you don't like it, I'll send your money back. We ain't holding anybody hostage. So that's ad-free NSFW.com. I will tell you some great beast mode douchebag stories this week on the Q&A. So, all right. So, next, we have CT, longtime friend of Darrell, doesn't know where his head's at. But instead of walking over to find out, he just sits there.
This is old school the challenge, I think.
Yeah.
They need to learn from these Big Brother people because it's shameful. It is shameful the Big Brother people that are running game on them right now. Like there are some Big Brother people who have a lot of game. I don't know that this is the crew that should be whooping you in social strategy.
No, I mean
Casey should be. Casey's genuinely really good.
Yeah. I saw her social game, and I mean, and even you meet her in real life. I mean, she's just ridiculously likable.
Yeah, lovely.
So, club time is over, and Gabby decides to confront Devin about everything. Once again, my greatest piece of advice to anyone that is going to be a future challenger on any of these versions of the challenge, and there is a club scenario, never have an argument / discussion after the club. there will never, ever be the resolution that you're looking for.
Yep.
However, this week, Devin, wearing his big boy pants, realizes he ain't winning the fight.
Yeah. I mean, this is 2 weeks in a row we have seen him walk away from a confrontation, which is wise. He should do that more often, and he should start them a little less often. But then he wouldn't be the villain that
No. He should start them and walk away. Like he should start them and push like a Kyle or a CT and then fade into the background.
Yeah.
So that's the way you do it.
I don't know that CT's falling for that. Kyle was ready to murder Josh though for no reason.
For no reason whatsoever.
Just because he got like 3 drops of water on him. So
yes,
Kyle might be the go-to shove into the fight.
Yeah, I will remember that if I'm ever at a reality function and I need I need that out. It's just like, hey, where's Kyle's teeth? Get over here. I'm trying to save mine. It's coming from a guy that doesn't have good teeth history. Beautiful smile, but damn you, Bonaducci. All right. Next is time for deliberations. And as far as a pitch is concerned, highlight pitch of the season, Devin.
Yeah, no, he explained this really clearly, very articulately. He makes a good argument. Everything he says makes a lot of sense. The problem is Josh is saying basically the same thing, and Josh has more friends.
Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, big problem. These two guys are at loggerheads. They're going to keep banging skulls every week, but they're almost the same person. Like the exact same reasons you would want to keep Josh are the exact same reasons you'd want to keep Devin. The exact same reasons you'd want to get rid of them is the exact same as the other. Like there's no real advantage one way or the other. So it's more like, who are you rolling with?
There is an advantage because I think that Big Brother Alliance at this point has, well, they have equal numbers. I mean, Darrell is the swing vote. Mm-hmm. If everything goes according to what they're guessing, alliance wise.
Yeah.
So it's even numbers. Darrell's the swing vote, but I feel that Big Brother Alliance is so much tighter than the other. So if you're on the outside looking for an opening, the better opening is with Devin's plan.
No, I agree. It comes down to alliances. It's not so much about which individual you want to face off against or who you want in a final. It's not so much traditional challenge strategy. It's more working with these alliances. I 100% agree with you. That being said, though, Josh is pretty attractive to keep around because what is the dude good at? He's strong and he can swim. Well, that's all today was, and he's his own worst enemy. He gets in his own head and can't even hold onto a rope and stuff. Like Devin does say the only way I'm winning is if it's all puzzles. Well, that could happen.
Yeah, but the Big Brother Alliance is so tight, and once you give them the numbers, they can control it, so much. Whereas Devin's group, it's almost a motley crew of an alliance in which you can infiltrate.
Yeah, but there still has to be 10 people running the final. So the Big Brother Alliance is just like 4 people. And then they've got like their kind of like balloon. Each one has like a parachute kind of come with it. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's between 4 and 8 people. But
I just feel there's more openings on the Devin side. And if I'm an outsider, like if I'm Darrell, I think my move, like I don't see the Big Brother people bringing him in.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on how much we're going to see these partnerships shake up. It depends on where this is going to end up. I don't know. Like, honestly, I feel like I want to say so much about how I see the end of this game playing out, but the end of this episode is such a clusterfuck, and the preview for next week, I have absolutely no idea what's about to happen.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we see that Lolo couldn't get one Big Brother vote, and she was on Big Brother. Yes. that screams volumes. Oh, and in case you're wondering, Devin is more of an IT guy. I did love that.
This was very funny. Yeah.
Yes. Once again, one of those amazing comments that we would have chatted about after becoming best friends. When he showed up for the podcast after 2 weeks of locking it in.
Yep. And I would have been cringing and drinking 2 bottles of wine.
So. Yes. All right. Next. We see Josh crying because he has friends.
Yeah. And he doesn't have to face CT in elimination. So that's got to feel good.
Yeah. So, and Anissa confirms that the reason he has friends is because he's good at this game. Now, is there another game that Josh is playing that I'm not aware of that they're filming at the same time that they're doing the challenge?
I think being kind-hearted and non-threatening will get you very far.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't qualify for either of those. So once again, anyone looking for Jonny Fairplay on the challenge, this is not my shtick.
No, it's a very bad fit for you.
Yes. So, all right. Well, Lolo's leaving. She definitely won't be back, and all of her training has taught her to quit.
Yeah, Nam is so adorable in this though. I absolutely love this. He says, "I love her." Oh no, and you can see him catching his English as he's saying it.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
anyone who speaks a second language, when you realizing you're fucking up a word or saying something in a wrong context. It's so cute. And then he says, "I need to work on my rooting skills," which is just so cute that he's going to go to the Olympics and get better at rooting Lolo on, because that's all she's wanted all season.
Yes. There you go. So it's time for the crater. What is the name of this crater elimination? Do you remember?
Did they even tell us? Because we never really got to it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tall. So Devin is familiar with this, except apparently this version is much taller.
Well, it's the same one that Cam and was it Ashley did earlier?
Was that what this was?
It looked. I mean, that's what I was taking it as, because it's the poles with a beam in the middle. I could be wrong. I didn't really pay that much attention to it, but that was just my first assumption, was that it was the one that Cam and Ashley had done similar enough.
Okay, if that oh wow. I didn't realize that's what it was, but once again, it apparently is immensely taller, and
Apparently it's called Ring of Spies. Thanks, Liz.
okay, thank you. Oh, is that your favorite porn title? There you go. Liz B, you get the you get the second best name. So you get the My First MILF porn, Ring of Spies, great porno. And No Hype Network, Peter Pan Challenge. That is my favorite porno. You get the Manscaped Your Balls Will Thank You t-shirt.
I can't.
So we find out that our compromised agents are indeed Gabby and Devin.
And as Gavin and Debbie are walking down into the crater, all of the editors who are like, shit, we don't have good confessionals from anyone else other than Devin, are hitting the nuclear button and saying, no, if you let him go home, the season is fucking ruined.
Yes. Our narrator's gone. This cannot happen.
Yeah. But he's absolute gold in the confessionals. He's their narrator. So, yeah, all of a sudden, security breach.
Security breach. Save the golden goose is what we like to say.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. So, Liz B, yes, seriously, you win. I'm not kidding. So what's your guesses on the security breach?
Well, let's see. What problems do they have to deal with as production? They don't want Devin or CT to go home.
Correct.
They have 2 male compromised agents, and they have yet another female has left the game outside of the crater. So there's still another skull. So probably their production schedule's fucked up. So they've got a fucked up production schedule, an imbalanced cast, and their potentially 2 biggest characters this season are on the line. I think we're doing a reset week. There's going to be some kind of like everybody going in, like major purge challenge. Like, I don't know. They could do anything. Whatever they do, tensions are high and people are very emotional.
So you don't think we lose either Devin or CT?
No.
So, but Devin, but CT gets fucked on his skull.
Maybe. I don't know. That does really suck for CT, but yeah, that would be my guess.
I don't see CT having another option of getting the skull or another chance. I mean, stranger things have happened, but
yeah, I don't know. I'd be surprised if either CT or Devin go here, but I guess it could happen. I just don't understand why they're pulling the security breach if it's not a major shakeup.
Yeah. Well, CT doesn't go because we haven't seen the CT Josh fight yet that we saw in the preview.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So CT doesn't go.
Yeah, I don't think they're bringing someone back. I think that would fuck up.
Yeah, here we go. Shell says, isn't a security breach when they bring someone back in? Isn't that what they called it when Ashley returned? I think it was.
It is what they called it, yeah. I guess they could be bringing back a girl, but who? Because after talking to Ashley, right, like she stuck around for like a couple days and then went home after her second time. Like they weren't keeping people because the pandemic. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I think it's going to be some major shakeup to the structure of the game. Potentially partners changing, potentially a purge, potentially like some sort of bigger challenge with more than 2 people in it. I think they're going to try to do something to save CT and Devin.
I'm down for anything that saves the two of them.
I think it's smart for MTV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I really think that, the first Wes versus CT in that first challenge, like, I think it was probably set up for a male elimination. They're like, nope.
Oh man.
Sorry, ladies.
Yeah, we got in the chat. No Hype Network says Mark Long runs out to announce the new show.
Oh, perfect.
That's the security breach that Mark Long is entering the game just to hype All Stars coming out on Paramount Plus. That would really.
All right, so real quick, Paramount Plus. This is basically the truncated version of the CBS app.
Not truncated, expanded.
Yeah, sorry, expanded version of the CBS app, and we have MTV coming in full throttle, guns blazing. We have the Real World Homecoming, the first season of Real World reunited, back in a house together. They're going to stop being polite, start being real. Pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Okay. We have the challenge All Stars, in which, Big Easy, Trishelle, Mark Long. I mean, like a lot of.
It's cool they're calling it All Stars, but I want to call it what it is. It's We Want OGs, and it's sweet. It's simple.
Survivor doing nothing.
Hey,
like, isn't this the perfect spot for Survivor Legends? Like a 14-day, 21-day season.
If watching Survivor for the last 5 years since season 30 has taught me nothing, it's that they love resting on their laurels. So it's just they just get complacent and they just keep doing the same thing.
So I mean, like this. Seeing this, I'm like it's they're handing you the blueprint.
Yeah. No, I mean, it would be amazing. You could do so much with Survivor. There's so much footage. You could do expanded episodes, right? It's like a 60-minute episode on CBS. There's an extra, 30 minutes on Paramount Plus. I don't know. It seems very foolish. I think that MTV is taking the right tact, and I'm super excited for a lot of those shows. Honestly, it's got me watching other MTV shows that I haven't watched in ages because there's so much to be excited about.
Yeah.
And that's
I'm stoked. I mean, I've had the CBS All Access for years because of Survivor coverage at Reality and SFW. So nothing changes for me except it gets good.
Yeah, it's been all right.
So, all right. Well, with that, hey, Liz B, shoot me a message, give me a follow, and shoot me a DM on Twitter. It's at Jonny Fairplay, as you see here on the screen, and I will mail out your My First MILF DVD tomorrow. And No Hype Network, shoot me, hit me up on Twitter, same deal. Shoot me a message, and I will send you out. I hope you can wear a medium. If not, give it to someone that can. So, there we go. Also, Truth Detector says, don't forget Road Rules also coming back on Paramount Plus.
I didn't even know that. This is great. This is great.
Is that where Katie Doyle is Katie Doyle on the Challenge All Stars, or did she do Road Rules? She's
on the Challenge All Stars.
Okay.
Yep.
One of my exes. There we go.
Yeah, there's a few of them on there.
Yep. So with that, hey, everyone, please support the sponsors. You hear them at the beginning of the show, the middle of the show, the end of the show. They're great. You get some great deals. We only have sponsors that we've actually tried out and use. There's some good stuff. Get yourself a hashtag super hard dick with the Bluechew. Trim it up real nice with Manscaped, and hydrate yourself and get some energy bars so you can have a lot of sex after that. But do it right. And of course, get yourself a t-shirt like this one at johnnyfairplay.com. No H in Johnny. And when you get a t-shirt, you get a phone call from me, Johnny Fairplay, thanking you for your purchase. And of course, the best way to support the podcast is to become a patron. Go to adfreensfw.com to become a patron. Try it for a month. Once again, if you don't like it, I will send your money back. No one needs to be held hostage. We have over 100 fine folks that are in our secret Facebook group. It's a really fun community. We do a monthly game night, as I said, a weekly Q&A in which you, the patron, get to, we have a different one every week. You jump on with us, you read the questions, ask your own questions, interact, give your answers, and it's a really cool deal. That's at adfreensfw.com. And if I get 200 patrons, I'm getting a tattoo of Matt Bischoff on me. So if you like Matt Bischoff and you want to see his face on my body, become a patron. If you don't like me, I'm scared of needles. I will scream and cry when the tattoo's happening. So become a patron just so that I have to get a tattoo and I cry and scream.
There you go. And if you're like, hey, that dude Zack doesn't suck, I wonder if he's written any books about reality TV. Indeed, I have. You could check out my first novel, Cut Reality. That's Cut Reality, wherever books are sold. Good night, everybody.
Lucy Nicotine is a company founded by Caltech scientists and former smokers looking for a better and cleaner nicotine alternative. Finally, tobacco alternatives that don't suck.
Researched and developed for 3 years to be made by people, not patients. Lucy's created a nicotine gum with 4 milligrams of nicotine that comes in 3 flavors: wintergreen, cinnamon, and pomegranate. Lucy also has a lozenge with 4 milligrams of nicotine in cherry ice flavor. Each and every flavor actually does taste great, and it's convenient and discreet. Products can be enjoyed anywhere, on flights, at work, on the go, even in the gym. I'm so excited that Lucy is sponsoring us because one of my best friends in the world, he's trying to quit smoking. His girlfriend's been getting on him for years. He's a big menthol smoker, and the wintergreen flavor is a really nice substitute for him that he absolutely loves. So this is the thing that you need to check out if you've been trying to kick your tobacco habits.
I have a family member that's tried the pomegranate, and they say it's one of the greatest tasting gums they've ever had. We're not talking nicotine gum. We're talking any gum. So if you've been discouraged by other nicotine gums, try the pomegranate. And also for the lozenge, the cherry ice is allegedly the best. And you know what? I believe them. But as far as enjoying anywhere, I heard at the gym, you get a little extra bump from the lozenge and from the gum.
Boom. It's 2020. Get rid of your cigarettes, unplug your vape, throw out your dip, and get some Lucy nicotine gum or lozenges. This is the real deal, and a subscription to Lucy comes directly to your door each month. It's so simple, you don't even have to leave your house because Lucy has delivery down.
Reality NSFW listeners, go to lucy.co and use promo code SURVIVOR to get 20% off all products, including gum and lozenges. That's Lucy, LUCY.co. That's right, CO, and use promo code SURVIVOR at checkout. Also, I have to give this disclaimer. Warning, this product contains nicotine derived from tobacco, and nicotine is an addictive chemical. So that's lucy.co, and be sure to use that promo code SURVIVOR, and we thank them for sponsoring the Reality NSFW podcast. This episode of Reality NSFW is sponsored by Bluechew. Say it with us, Bluechew. Bluechew is making waves and bringing more confidence to the bedroom by offering chewable tablets that can help men get stronger and longer lasting erections. That's right, we're giving away super hard dicks.
Bluechew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Bluechew's tablets help men achieve harder, stronger erections to combat all forms of ED.
Bluechew is an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor offices, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. And it ships right to your door in a discreet package. The process is simple. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And the best part, it's all done online.
Bluechew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescription. Don't like swallowing pills? No problem here. Bluechew's sildenafil and tadalafil tablets are chewable. Bluechew's tablets are made in the USA and they prepare and ship direct, so it's cheaper than a pharmacy.
Hey, if you're looking to give that immunity idol to someone, or you don't want to be voted out of a crater, don't worry, Bluechew's got you covered. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Bluechew free when you use promo code SURVIVOR at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's Bluechew, BLUECHEW.com, promo code SURVIVOR to receive your first month free. And we thank Bluechew for sponsoring the podcast.